This is my latest purchase yet again. This time, though, it isn't for me. I picked up something for my brother. This is a 2003 Honda Accord V6. She's a bit rough around the edges, but engine starts up just fine. I think the transmission's good, but I'll see about that. Yeah, worst case, if it's bad, I'll replace it. These rims are in decent enough shape, I suppose. That tire's gonna have to be reseated. Got dragged in here and it popped off the bead. That's a problem. Battery was stone dead. Nothing the trusty jump box can't fix. This bumper is most likely going to need to be replaced. Well, it's certainly going to need to be replaced. 7th gen Accord bumpers are cheap enough. Engine runs. Power steering has basically nothing in it. That might be why it was whining when I dragged it in here. But yeah, it moves. I still need to see if it has all the gears. I'm going to go reseat that tire and I will be back. I was able to secure the bumper in with the use of a strategically placed zip tie. This bumper definitely getting replaced. It's damaged over here. And the tire that was on here originally it had a pinhole in it. Thankfully, since I work at a dealership, we have tons of old tires lying around, and I was able to find one that holds air. Don't worry. This is temporary. It only needs to hold air until I can order a set of 4 brand new ones. And I'm most certainly going to need to replace pads and rotors on this thing all the way around. Might just go ahead and replace the rear bumper too, because this exhaust is fine, but this bumper is not the right one. It doesn't have the cutouts for the V6. Other than that, it's also going to need a passenger headlight assembly, since I don't know how well it showed up on camera, but it's got a bunch of oxidation over it. I can't English today. And other than that, honestly, I think it's workable. I just need a cleaning. I still need to see how good the tranny is. Got some new lug nuts. I'll probably replace them all eventually. Oh yeah, you can see this one, relatively recently replaced. This one, foggy. Needs fender liners too. I'll see if they have those at a junkyard. Yep. The hood needs to be painted. This fender needs to be painted. I'll see about maybe doing some prep work myself. I don't know. I'll have to get some quotes on how much it would cost. It is currently 5:12 p.m., March 25th, 2023. I have been up since 6:30 this morning. I have not had a single thing to eat, and I stood outside in the rain for about 3 hours, so my physical condition is not the best. But if this car ends up being workable, it'll all have been worth it. I'm just gonna tighten this wheel up. You do not... Never torque the wheel with the gun. I always set it to the lowest power setting, and then come back and actually physically torque it with a torque wrench. Spec on these is 80 foot-pounds. Now I'm gonna raise this up and check to see what pressure the other tires are at. Update number 2. I had to replace the other front tire as well. That wouldn't hold air either. And both of the front ones are now the wrong size. I cannot stress this enough, that what I am doing is purely temporary. I will be ordering 4 brand new tires that are all the same size. Had to get even hokier with it. I just jammed this old battery we had lying around in here. That one, yeah, it's not gonna hold a charge. It was holding at like 8-9 volts. That's out. And just so you guys don't think I'm bullshitting you, it's kinda hard to do this one-handed, but you get the idea. Ish. Always do that second pass around to make sure that they're torqued. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Well, before we fire it up, if any of you guys watch the channel VCore, you'll know the game, What's in My Console? What is in it? Nothing in here. And in here, some miscellaneous garbage and a USB charger. Now let's play another game. What's in my trunk? Ooh boy, I hit the mother load. Heh, an alternator. I can scrap that and make a bit of my money back. I will worry about all this junk later. Let me take that out of the way. What the hell? Yeah, I'll worry about that later. Well, let's see if it'll start on its own now. And the answer to that is no. Still needs a jump box. No. Don't want to lug this thing over to the other garage like that. I'm gonna go get the small jump box I keep inside the fit. Round 2. I've got the small fry on here. And still no. I'm gonna need the big guns. I've got tons of, or at least a small selection of batteries to choose from, so why not try the little guy? That one seemed to give off the most juice. Fire it up. And it worked. I topped off the power steering reservoir. That pump is fucked. Code. Needs that mirror glass too. Headliner's a bit trash, but that's the case with all of these. Shit, even the sunroof works. Blower works. Got a tiny bit of gas in it. Enough to hold us over for now. I should probably check the brake fluid reservoir. There is no saving that pump. Either that or it just burned through all the fluid I put in there. Never mind. That pump is just shot. And I will need to check over it and see if any of the lines are also busted. But overall, it's running pretty good. Oh yeah, I need to top off the coolant too. I will bring you back later. Topped off the coolant. It was a bit low, but nothing to be concerned about. Bit of a power steering leak. Or maybe it's just the shit I spilled. I don't know. And at this point, it doesn't really make a difference. I maintain that this thing will clean up nicely, but I think it's gonna make me work for it. I mean, hell, my 6.6 needs a power steering pump too. Headliner's a bit saggy as well, but that's not too bad. Let's see. Definitely doing the timing belts, no matter what. Anyway, brake fluid, old and gungy, but I'm still not sure what condition the calipers are in. If those are sticky, because I need to do the pads and rotors for sure. When I go to do the brake job, if I need to replace these calipers, I'll worry about that then. It is a bit sticky, but I'll see. Taking her on her first road test. I didn't show this, but So far it has first and third. And on these 5 speeds, it's typically second that fails. So I think this trans is good. Yep, smoothly into second. Third. You can hear those brakes are gone. But that's not too bad. Mileage is 153,819. It's got a traction light on, brake light. That's probably just due to the pads being so screwy. Yeah, parking brake isn't stuck or anything. But yeah. So far, oh yeah, the steering wheel is also going to need to be replaced. I don't know how easy it is to see, but that's worn. That isn't too big a deal. I did it on my 6.6 Accord. I can pull one at a junkyard, no problem. Actually, it's the same for all 7th gen Accords. And gotta clean out this interior and the trunk. I'm probably gonna replace this head unit with one that's Bluetooth compatible. Again, my brother, he just wants to be able to play some music, and they'll probably replace the speakers. But overall, I think this is mission success. And with that, I hereby christen the Project Hermano. Oh right, I didn't program this yet, but I'll do that later.